a veteran quarterback in Dak Prescott versus a first time in the playoff quarterback in Jordan Love. Sunday night, I had to go back and listen to the podcast to make sure I got your comments correct. We talked about this game. The line immediately moved from 7 to 7.5. Simon Hunter's quote. I am shocked it moved this way. We didn't want to bet it yet because we wanted to get more intel on why the line moved in this direction, since we both thought the Packers were the right side
Yeah.
at 7. Have you heard anything in the past 48 hours?
I know the pros are split. I know plenty of pros that like Dallas, which I can't believe. I don't buy it, man. This Dallas team, I know they blew out Brady last year in the playoffs. That was pretty incredible what they did to the Bucks team. And I was one of those idiots that was on the Bucks who lost by whatever it was, 30 points to Dak. Um, but man, 7.5 is just it's a lot of points for a Dallas team that we've seen time and time again. The ball can be moved on them. And Green Bay last week, they didn't play the perfect game, right? Like they didn't play that amazing. Jordan Love wasn't out of this world. I think they scored 17 points. Um, but you saw with LaFleur, when things aren't working, he can still scheme up guys open. Like he can still get the right guys in the right position to get first downs consistently. So the argument against our Green Bay pick is their defense is so bad that Dallas is going
Yep.
to have an absolute field day against them with this offense. But I'm just not buying it. Like the Green Bay knows what they have to do, right? They're going to double CD, and that's kind of the force there is you take away the passing game. You want to make them run it with Pollard. I mean, they haven't had a really strong running game this season, but the issue is Green Bay has one of the worst run defenses in football. So it's like I don't know what they can do defensively to get stops against Dallas. Like, it really would have to be Dak beating himself for them to kind of lose this game. But I said it. I'm going to force some dogs in. I'm going to end up forcing Green Bay in. It's just 7.5. I got to be a buyer at that number. And the books might be sucking me in at that number. I remember last year we had the exact same scenario of Daniel Jones coming off a big win against the Vikings going to Philadelphia. And I said on the show, if that number had moved to 7, it was going to be my biggest bet of the playoffs on the Eagles. It was just like the hype was way too high on that Giants team. I don't think we're getting the same type of hype here with Green Bay. I don't think they end up as a public dog. I do think the public, between the teasers, the money line parlays, everything will be keep coming in on this Dallas team. So I'm not as worried as I would have been if they were such a public dog. You don't really back public dogs usually in the playoffs. We have one coming up here. But yeah, it's 7.5. I like Green Bay at this number, people. It's like if this number dips below 7, I would have felt way better about this Green Bay bet. So I am a little scared that the pros have come in so heavy on this Cowboys team and bumped this up. And now it's holding. Like it's been holding at 7.5 now for 2 days. So
Yeah.
uh, the books have clearly taken up position now with this Dallas team.
Yeah, it hasn't moved. We thought like it might move a little bit at some point
Yeah.
over the last 48 hours. It hasn't. Uh, Dak Prescott and Jordan Love, top two touchdown passers, both had more than 4,000 yards, both threw for more than 7 yards per attempt. I think if you look at this, the Packers, I think, have the better coach, but they have the first year quarterback on the road in his first playoff game.
Yeah.
The Cowboys do have the better defense. I would also say that Jordan Love under pressure is exquisite. Like the Minnesota Vikings, they tried to blitz him, it didn't work. The Chicago Bears, they tried to flush him out of the pocket, it didn't work. We talked about this on Sunday. Jordan Love's ability to roll right or roll back and throw off balance and be accurate and find open receivers, it's already upper echelon in terms of quarterbacks in the NFL. He's just amazing at it. And the fact that the Packers got rid of Aaron Rodgers and is now doing a better job of ripping ESPN executives and spreading conspiracy theories and lies than he is at doing anything on the football field because of injuries. And Jordan Love, in his first year as a starter, is the second highest touchdown passer in the NFL. As a Bears fan, it makes me sick. And I cannot believe the Packers have another quarterback issue solved for 30 straight years.
Yeah, and I said it, and people kept giving the Green Bay for drafting him. I still think it's one of the better draft picks we've seen the last 5 or 6 years because they got two MVPs out of Rodgers, able to trade him for a couple first round picks or whatever it was, and then they got Jordan Love who stepped in now, and it's insane that draft class, that Herbert, Burrow, Tua, Hurts, now Jordan Love draft class. We've never seen anything like it in football, where it's like multiple guys, all Pro Bowlers, you know, any of those guys, people basically take for their team, right? Like there's consistently maybe 12 to 15 guys that you feel good about. The fact that five of them are from one draft class, we've never seen it. So I had a lot of doubts with Jordan Love. I just remember that Chiefs game. Obviously, it's a bad spot, right? His first start playing against the Chiefs and Mahomes, and he just could not do a single thing offensively. Like he just looked totally lost. Whatever he did this past offseason, like he got a taste of the league. He knew it was going to be his team. And, the fact you just said he's top three, wherever it is, and passing touchdowns in his first year as a starter,
Top two. He's just behind Dak.
like that is mind blowing. So, yeah, just don't overreact. As someone that almost had a Wentz MVP, keep it even keel, Green Bay, but you got to be feeling pretty good if you're a Green Bay fan.
Uh, couple more stats. Dak Prescott at home is a favorite of more than a touchdown, 14-7 and 1 against the spread.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty,
That's
pretty,
a lot
pretty
of
good.
that's a lot of Washington and Giants mixed
Could
in.
be. No, you're
Yeah,
totally right, by the way. Uh Jordan Love, first half of the season versus the second half of the season. First half, weeks 1 through 10, 16th in EPA per play, 25th in success rate, 38th in completion percentage. Week
yikes.
11 on, second in EPA per play, fourth in success rate, sixth in completion percentage. So look, the Packers right now, they're the fifth youngest playoff team since the merger in 1970, 54 years. Um, but Jordan Love's ascendance in the second half of the year, a combination of him getting smarter, Matt LaFleur getting smarter, those receivers getting better. That's a team to reckon with.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible. He had that kind of turnaround second half because most guys does not work that way. Usually there's a big drop off. I mean, a guy we talked about at the start of the show, Jalen Carter, he fell off that rookie cliff. It's just really hard to
Yeah.
play for 18 weeks straight. And the fact that he had that kind of turnaround midway through the season, it's just a testament to that coaching staff and Jordan Love. Just an incredible combination.